Hey there, this is Alex Kluge, and I'm here from Toronto Home Experts, and we're going to do a special edition video for you today. It's now January 2022, and we're going to record a market predictions for 2022. So, just want to share my thoughts in terms of what I think is going to happen this year, and what I think will be a fun exercise to go back at the end of the year and see how right or wrong I was with many of these predictions. So let's dive right in. Okay, so sales volume. I predict that we are going to have sales volume decrease this year relative to where we were last year. Now, it's not an outlandish prediction, I know, but last year we did have a record setting sales volume, best sales volume ever for Toronto real estate, and I don't think that's going to happen again next year. I think we're going to be more in line with where the 2020 numbers were. That's my prediction. And that's still would be probably, well, 2020 was the second best year on record. So I think we're going to be somewhere around those numbers for this year. Okay, average price. Last year, we had some record setting price increases of 23% for all of the Greater Toronto area. We're not going to get that this year. I hate to burst everyone's excitement, but that's just not sustainable long term, I believe. I think we're going to see a little bit more of a normalization with prices. I think we're going to see an average price increase of 9% this year. I know it may sound a little conservative based on what's happening right now in the market, but I do feel we're going to see a little bit more of a leveling off and normalization because I feel like I feel like 2022 we're going to learn to live with the pandemic a little bit more. I think I'm hoping anyways that COVID-19 is behind us, and a lot of the moves and transition for housing that occurred in 2020, 2021 was a lot of that was induced by COVID. So I sort of feel like this is going to be more of a normal year, and 9% is certainly nothing to sneeze at. But that's my prediction for this year. Region predictions. Okay, so I predict that the 416 real estate, so real estate in Toronto proper, is going to outperform real estate in the 905. That's a little bit of a bold prediction, I know, because the last 2 years we saw the 905 outpace the performance of 416 real estate. I mean, in some regions it was pretty substantial, like Durham and Halton areas. But I feel this year Toronto is going to lead the pack, and I feel Toronto is going to outpace the 905 regions because I think we're going to see a little bit more of a normalization in those areas. So I think the 416 is going to catch up and going to lead the pack for this year. Okay, so I believe my next prediction is that I believe condos will appreciate at a faster rate than the freehold market this year. Now I know this is a bold prediction, but I think condos are going to lead the way this year. I think condos, certainly in the last half of last year, we saw some, I guess, good appreciation, still lagging that of freehold properties. But I think this year we're going to see condos lead the way, and that's in 416 and the 905. I think actually condos represent excellent value right now relative to freehold properties. The gap is actually wider than it is historically. So I think actually the gap's going to narrow, and we're going to see condos lead the way this year. So that's my exciting prediction again for this year. Okay, months of inventory. We had a record low of months of inventory. I feel months of inventory can't go any lower. So there's not much of a stretch to say that I think months of inventory will rise this year. Certainly, January is looking like it's going to be a really tight month inventory wise, but it's 1 month. But I think by the end of the year, we're going to be more in line where we were with 2020, which was still very low, still very much a seller's market. But I think we're going to see somewhere between 1.8 1.9 months of inventory, which is tilting towards more balance, but still a seller's market. Okay, interest rates. I feel that so just to backtrack before I answer this question. So my prediction is we will see 3 interest rate hike increases in 2022. So as you know, the prime rate or so variable rate mortgages are tied to the prime rate, and the prime rate is tied to the overnight lending rate set by the Bank of Canada. So I think the Bank of Canada is going to raise rates 3 times in 2022, meaning variable rate mortgages are going to increase 3 times. So rates are typically increasing 25 basis points, so 0.25 interest rate. So I feel that it's my prediction is, anyways, for this year is that we're going to see 3 rate hikes. Now, the fixed mortgage rates are tied to the bond market, so that's a different, and those have actually already started to increase towards the latter end of 2021 and start of 2022. So, but when I'm talking about interest rates, I'm talking about variable rates, and those are going to go up 3 times. So throughout the calendar year. Okay, so my final prediction of 2022, and I'm going on a limb here because this has not happened since 1996. So the final prediction for 2022 is that Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors is going to win the Rookie of the Year award for the NBA. Hasn't happened since '96, Damon Stoudemire, but I think Scotty Barnes is going to walk away with the Rookie of the Year award. So he's got some stiff competition with Evan Mobley right now, but I think Scotty's going to lead the way. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And as I said, we're going to do a recap at the end of the year to see how right or wrong I was with many of these predictions. But based on my year's experience and my pulse in the market, this is what I think is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen? Put a comment below, email us, get in touch with our socials. We'd love to hear back from you. And if you want to know how some of these predictions will impact your decisions for this year, whether you're buying or selling, please call us and we'll be happy to answer your questions at that time. So anyways, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next month. Bye for now.